In an interview Monday morning with CNBC, Warren Buffett was asked what he thinks about Elizabeth Warren's views of Wall Street, and he said the following, quote, "I think that she would do better if she was less angry and demonized less. I believe in hate the sin, love the sinner, and I also believe in praising by name and criticizing by category. I think it's a mistake to get angry with people that disagree with you. In the end, we do have to work together, and it does not help when you demonize or get too violent with people you are talking to." Now, can Warren Buffett provide a single example of Elizabeth Warren being violent? Absolutely not. I laugh at the image of Elizabeth Warren holding an AK-47 or wearing a military uniform and trying to do a coup, trying to do a revolution. No, she's using her words and she's doing it effectively. And she's calling things as she sees it, but also as they are. She's just speaking about things as they are. Specifically, that Wall Street is the source of many of the deep-rooted problems in our economy. That's just true. But see, his argument is, well, I don't know how productive it is to bring up these facts, so maybe you should go softer. Or how about no, because every other politician takes your approach, and every other politician also kind of agrees with Wall Street and is in bed with Wall Street. You have just a handful of politicians who aren't, and they call it like it is, and then they're the ones who are slammed. Well, I think your anger, Warren, or your analysis here should be more directed towards the people who saw a problem that manifested itself with the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession, and they didn't fix it. Elizabeth Warren wouldn't have to speak the way she speaks if it wasn't for the fact that Wall Street is still broken. I mean, we still haven't put back into place Glass-Steagall. Glass-Steagall separates commercial banking from investment banking. So when you go to your local bank and you put money in there, you do it with the understanding that they're not going to waste your money or blow your money in a ridiculous way where it's like a guarantee that they're going to lose it, like a gambler who's addicted to it. So you put it there and you expect safe investments where you can go back to the bank and when you take your money out, you get it back. And that's what Glass-Steagall provided. It provided security because commercial banks could only make safe investments, and investment banks were doing their own thing, and people would know what they're buying into if they get involved with an investment bank, and they know it's casino capitalism and it's more risky. Well, we got rid of that wall of separation between commercial banking and investment banking, and in the late 90s, by the way, Clinton was also largely responsible for that, and the so-called centrist Democrats. And what happened? That helped tank the economy because we've had insane bets on top of bets and puts and calls and side bets and derivatives bets all happening with your run-of-the-mill standard bank that you put your money in. You're giving that money and they're spending it on all types of stuff with at some point a guaranteed loss. So this is just one example of many examples where we didn't do efficient regulation of Wall Street. We didn't actually fix the problem. We didn't prosecute criminals. Goldman Sachs, for example, they would sell packages of subprime mortgage loans to clients and say, oh, these are great, you're going to make a lot of money on them. And then they would turn around and bet against those same packages. So understand that's fraud. They're selling a product as if they believe in it, they say they believe in it, then they turn around and bet against that product, and they make money both ways. Make money off the sucker client and make money betting that the product is going to fail, and it did. That's fraud. You can't sell the product. That's like selling a car that has no wheels and saying it has wheels and it's going to be great. But it doesn't have wheels, so you lied. You lied to those clients as well. But of course, Goldman Sachs, were they prosecuted, were high-level people put in jail? Were they put behind bars? Of course not, because Wall Street and the government are like this. So Elizabeth Warren comes along and she says, that's fucked up, and that's fucked up, and that's fucked up. And what does Warren Buffett say? Oh, your tone is too harsh. I don't know if this is the right way to go about this. So apparently, according to Warren Buffett, it's not merited to get angry at Wall Street and use strong terms of condemnation, which is exactly required. But I have a clip here of somebody who disagrees with Warren Buffett.
For nearly 4 years now, you have had an administration which, instead of twirling its thumbs, has rolled up its sleeves. And I can assure you that we will keep our sleeves rolled up. We had to struggle with the old enemies of peace: business and financial monopoly, speculation, reckless banking, class antagonism, sectionalism, war profiteering. They had begun to consider the government of the United States as a mere appendage to their own affairs. And we know now that government by organized money is just as dangerous as government by organized mob. Never before in all our history have these forces been so united against one candidate as they stand today. They are unanimous in their hate for me, and I welcome their hatred.
How's that for strong words? They're unanimous in their hatred for me, and I welcome their hatred. Talking about Wall Street. Saying, oh yeah, I rolled up my sleeves to go after these people. And guess what? I'm going to keep them rolled up. And he did this on a regular basis. He was viewed as a traitor to his class because he cracked down on Wall Street and regulated them and made sure that the party was over in the sense that they bathe in everybody's money and everybody else is poor and destitute and in trouble. And he did the New Deal. He did real redistribution, but it was redistribution that was rational. It wasn't, crazy communist redistribution. Hey, let's give an equal amount to everybody. No, it was public works programs. It was putting the country to work. It was, building highways, building roads, creating social insurance policies. These were all things that made sense. And guess what? He used a harsh tone when he made these arguments, and he was right to do it. See, what Warren Buffett doesn't understand is that demonizing makes sense when you're dealing with a demon, as FDR was and as Elizabeth Warren is.